Asha.
And this is Real Talk. Today on Real Talk, we'll be talking about the power of money.
Money, money, money.
Money. So, did you know that in the U.S. that the dollar has been declining ever since March of 2020?
Yeah, declining in value.
Yes, declining in value. Yeah.
Yeah. I read about, no, I saw that on CNN or something.
Right. I am a little concerned about this.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what kind of direction are we going to be going in? How is that going to affect us moving forward with the dollar by it being declining?
Right.
You know,
because the U.S. dollar was one of the most valuable currencies in the world
it was
at one point. I'm not sure who is the lead now. Are we still
I'm not 100% sure if we are still the lead, but however, I know that we're declining regardless of the fact.
And that is a problem.
It is. So it's like, even with that now, how do you even value your money, or how do you value money? You know, especially with us talking about a decline in it. Is it something you still value? How do you value it?
I don't know. What do you mean by value? How do you value money? Like, do you use it? Elaborate a little bit.
Okay, so what I mean by
brain fart.
What I mean by how do you value money is when it comes to money, your money, getting money, making money. How do you value that? Does your money determine who you are as a person? Does your money, make you better than someone else because you have more than them, or like, what's your value of money?
No, I don't think that money, for me, it doesn't make me value myself more, because of course having money is a good thing, positive, but it should not make your self-worth in numerical, you know what I mean?
Right.
It should not increase or decrease because of the amount of money you have in your pocket or your bank.
Okay.
To me. So how do you value money?
I would say personally, I don't really put a value on money like that, or it doesn't determine who I am, or it doesn't make anybody less than because they may have more or less than me, because you can look at money or value money as so many different things, because we can value money based off of our possessions that we hold, based off the liquid cash that we have on hand in the bank, or through loans or whatever else. But it's all determined on how you view money and your value of money.
Right. Because I know a lot of people who have a lot of material things, they nice cars and big houses, but the refrigerator be no food in there, and they don't have nothing going on in their life because they value those things and not people and relationships. So it just depends on the individual, but yes, money doesn't equate happiness to me.
Yeah, and I agree with that, because you have so many people that they wear and they drive and live in everything they have.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is you put all this money into where you live, what you drive, and what you wear, to where it's like you have to work. You have to do all these different things to make a ends meet because of these materialistic things that you have set in place that you want to have. To whereas I've known some of the wealthiest people driving around in a Toyota, let's just say, or a minimalist, and then they wear just regular shorts and a shirt. It don't even have a label on it, meaning no name brand. And to whereas people that really aren't as fortunate enough or wealthy enough to say, everything they wear have to have a label, meaning name brand on it, or what have you.
Right. So, isn't that so ironic though? Like,
it is.
Wealthiest people try to have the least amount of things. Not all of them, because it's a lot of luxurious lifestyle people who are wealthy and can afford that. And there's nothing wrong with being able to afford, what you like and spend your money on stuff. But the people who tend to have a little bit more don't really splurge. I guess because once you reach that point of like, I got it, you really don't have to prove.
Exactly.
I can spend this and I can spend that and get this and that, because you already kind of have everything you need.
Right. I agree.
I would love to be one of them. I'm ready. Test me out, Lord. I got it.
Right. So with that being said too, like, does money give you power? Like,
it can, and power can be a positive and a negative, because in the right hands, money can help a lot of people, and help change people's lives and feed the less fortunate and all that. But in the wrong hands, a lot of money can be detrimental, because people sometimes only think about how to hurt people for some reason when they get a certain amount of money or power, because I guess if they came from not having, and then once you kind of get it, your mind is like, oh, I need to show this person, or I'm just assuming because I ain't rich, so I wouldn't know. But a lot of people do seem to go the negative way. I wonder why that is. Like, does money make you feel like you should be the villain?
I couldn't say. I mean, I truthfully feel that money does give you power. Like you said, like it all depends on what type of power you want to possess when it comes to money. Are you doing something positive with the money would be the best thing, or the best question to ask. Yeah. But I do feel like money does give you power, because when you have money, you have the buying power to buy what you want, or whatever the case may be, depending on what you want to buy.
Yeah. So. And it just depends on the individual, because you can have not a lot of money and still be impactful and help people. Because I know, myself included, I don't have the most money, but I'm still caring and sharing, and I try to help people with what I do have. So it just depends on the individual. Because if you have it, if you're a caring person when you don't have no money, then I would think you would still be that type of person when you get it. So if you ain't have no money and you was an evil mother effer when you ain't have nothing, then you're gonna be that when you get some. So it just depends, on the person.
I really feel it depends on who you are, as how that money and having that power with the money will affect you as a person.
Yeah, and I guess I can't really say that, because do you think that money changes who you are? Because you might start it off as a nice little geeky, nice person, and then when you got some money and got that attention and that, all eyes on you, it sometimes changes people's perception of who they are, or who they want to be perceived as. So you think money can change you? Yeah.
Money definitely changes people. Having money can change you, and not having money can change you. So it's on both ends of the spectrum. Money will change you at the end of the day, no matter how much people say, oh, when I get this, or I got this and that, and it ain't gonna change me. It is changing you.
Change me.
Because and I'm saying, and some people it changes for the positive, some people for the negative, some just in between. And because sometimes what I mean by that is, when I say if money changes you, yes, because most people, when they tend to have more money than they ever had before, they tend to either want to get a new house, a new car, they want to upgrade from where they are. So now you're moving from that community that you was once living in to another community. That's change number one. Change number two is the caliber of people that you tend to hang with. Because now I have money, I can get into other rooms that I wasn't able to get in before. So now that may alleviate some of my friends that I saw on this level where I didn't have as much as I have now.
But is that the person with the money changing, or their people changing because they looking at you a different way because you do have money now? Because that's always an issue. Like, even if you have a little bit of something right now, and then your person who you, or your people who you came up with or whatever don't have that, then they gonna look at you different. So is it the money changing you, or the people looking at you different?
It's both. It's both, because the money changing you as a person, meaning that, like I said, I got to get out of this neighborhood into this neighborhood, get out of this car into this car. So whereas now I need to, start hanging with these people because they got this and I got this. So whereas now my friends, or the people that I was around, that when I didn't have that amount of money, they're looking at me, like you said, oh, she got this, or she doing this, and this. And the same thing as to whereas they're looking at it from that aspect, because you're not making it a point to go back to them. Hey, this is what I did to get this. Come on, let me help bring you here. Because that's sometimes that happen when we get into a certain place in life to where we're starting making money. Sometimes we don't reach back for the others. And that's a place that we have to be in, because if we started from, oh my God, you know, and my thing is, whenever I get to where I'm going, you're definitely coming with me. It's not like I gotta, right. No. It's not like I gotta go back and get you, because you're already there.
Yeah.
It's, you know, so it's one of those things where I'm not leaving you and coming back for you. No, we going together. Well, and that's how it should be. That's fine. I'm right behind you. I'm coming with you. I'm coming with you. No matter how it goes, because I feel like when you have someone that's in your life that's really genuine and it's true, that when they level up, they gonna force you to level up with them. Yeah. Now it comes a time where you done pull that person for so long, and you can't allow them to stunt your growth.
Right.
So yeah,
that does equate with money too, but that can be applied to any situation. Like if you just are trying to elevate in life in general, and somebody is kind of being a dead weight, and you need to sometimes cut ties with people just to, you know, rise above. Right. And that don't mean you think you're better than them, whether you have money or not. It's just trying to better yourself.
Exactly.
And keeping your circle, you know, with people who want to see you do better, and not be mad when you start to look like you are doing better.
Now, it's like, with that being said, does money equal to happiness? You know how people be like, money makes them happy, or money makes you happy, or whatever. Right.
I don't think it equates to happiness, because we didn't grow up super rich, but I think that we had, you know, we were middle class. Middle class. And, you know, we had what we needed, and ate every day, so that's middle class. So anyway, you know, but we was happy. We wasn't rich, but we were happy kids and happy adults now. So I don't think money equals happiness, but if you was to be blessed, it would make me feel good.
Right. But I'll be happy at that time. Yeah, so. But I think overall money doesn't equal to your overall happiness.
Yeah.
And the reason I would say that is because I know people that are very well off.
Yeah.
And they're not happy at all. and you know that saying is, it says the more money, the more problems.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I believe in that, but for some people I believe that. Because it all depends on you, like I said, at the end of the day, as a person, and how you interact with the money and what you have. Exactly. So, because I feel like the more money, it ain't the more problems. The more money, the better, the better I can be, and the more I can help. You know, even with the community and different things like that. So you know, it just all depends on how you perceive money and what you see it as.
Because that's who you are now. Who we are. Now, even when you don't have, you can still be a good person. So the money will only enhance whoever you are at the time. So,
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Now, what do you feel about with money being taught in school, meaning budgeting, how to balance your money, how to add your money?
I do think that should be a subject in probably as early as like 5th and 6th grade, because once you start to, I guess most kids start to get an allowance around that age, so you need to learn how to budget your money. Because I will say that was one of my biggest flaws, learning about credit after I established credit.
Oh God,
I ruined my credit before I even understood what its purpose was. But if I'd have known that, prior to, then who knows? It might have been an advantage, to learn it in school versus, after going and making the mistakes that I did.
Right.
But it should definitely be taught in school, because money is something you're gonna need for your whole entire life. Even when you die, you get money. Well, you don't get the money, but the people get the money. So it's like from birth, it costs money to have a baby. You go to the hospital, they charge you to have the baby, and then all throughout your life, you need money. So it's something that you should definitely be taught in school. And if you are a parent and they don't teach it in school, you should teach it to your children, because it is like one of the major factors in life. So you need to know that knowledge.
Right. I agree. I really feel that it should be taught in school. I know when I was in the 9th grade in high school, that's where I learned how to write my first check. Never knew nothing about how to write a check. Learn how to write a check. Learn how to balance my money, how to make sure that my finances are in order.
But we weren't taught that in school. And who taught you that?
I was taught that in 9th grade at school. At Inglewood.
They ain't teaching me that.
Yeah,
it was like been doing, Wilson?
It was like a business class or something. So I learned that then. And I feel like it should be incorporated back into schools. I feel like kids should know how to write their signature. Because I seen one person before, a young lady, I'm like, okay, sign here. And she printed her name.
They don't teach
cursive. They need to teach cursive. Or at least if they don't teach cursive, teach someone how to write their signature.
Exactly. I wonder why they took cursive writing out of school. Like, that's just bizarre. Know. Like, why wouldn't you? I guess, I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, yes, put the money management, all that back in school.
I agree.
I ain't learned in school, but she said she did.
I did, cause she left me, so that's why she ain't learned in school. But anyway, do you think that the wealthy should be entitled to or have to take care of the poor or the less fortunate?
Entitled, no, but they, at some point, you should want to help the less fortunate, but I don't think you should be told that you have to.
Okay.
You know, because even when you become wealthy, you have to be a certain, not stingy, but like, what's the word? Another word for stingy, to keep your money. You don't want to like give it all away trying to help everybody, because then you're going to be in the same boat as them eventually. Right. So I don't think they should be entitled to that, but you know, what's the saying? To whom much is given, much is required. So you have to, at some point, make yourself, philanthropy. What is philanthropy? Yeah, you should do some type of philanthropy, but you don't have to give all your money away.
Right.
Yeah, because you need your money to stay wealthy. If you give all your money away, you're going to be broke like the rest of everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I agree personally. I don't feel that no one should be entitled to give away anything or to do anything for anyone. I feel that only when you have the right heart and the right mind to do something is when you should do it for people.
Right.
I feel like at some point in life, when you are wealthy, you should want to give back to the community, at least the community where you come from.
Yeah.
Or, because your current community where you're living, I'm sure it's not where you come from if you're wealthy. So I do agree with being able to give back, not saying that I have to do something, but it's a choice that I can make on my own to do so.
Yeah, because I guess from the wealthy people's viewpoint, not that I'm one, but I would assume that they think that the less fortunate do think that they are entitled to do for them just because they made it, or they are wealthy and they have all this money. But do you think that less fortunate people sometimes are comfortable with being less fortunate and just because they know that the wealthier people are going to always, look out for them?
I feel that anybody can get content no matter whether you're fortunate or not fortunate. I feel like anybody can be content with where you are, and you expect people to do different things for you as they have always done.
Right. Because a lot of people who do have more than others, I ain't gonna say everybody, because a lot of wealthy people are just like born into that. It's generational money, but people who have earned that in their own lifetime, it's a lot of effort and work and sacrifice to becoming wealthy or rich or well off. So you don't want to be feeling like, oh, I worked this hard to earn this, and now I got to give it all to somebody who's not, even trying their best.
Right.
So yeah, I would have issue with just thinking that they just think they're going to get all my money.
Right.
Yeah, because it takes a lot to earn, to make even $1, you know what I'm saying?
It does. So especially when it's declining.
Exactly. Work is work. So
yeah,
earn your own, pay your own way. If you can. If you are able and willing, you should do it. Make your own money.
So do you think that moving towards a digital currency would be smart?
Just because I don't know too much about it, but I'm hearing on the news that that's the direction that the paper dollar is losing value and digital currency is becoming the norm. To me, it's not smart because there's always so many glitches in technology and all of that. So if the everything was to shut down, then we wouldn't have access to our money. Then how do you live? If you can't spend your money, you know, that's how you eat, breathe, all that. So I don't think it's smart. You think that's a good thing?
I don't. I would not be for it at all. Because I still want to have at least some cash on hand for any event of the unknown or the unexpected. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how they would even, you know, keep up with it, because just going off of the technology that we are used to, it's always something, and it's always upgrading, it's always breaking, or
and not only that, it's things always being hacked. So I wouldn't even want to go to that extent, and with the thought of it can be hacked and somebody taking my money, and especially if that's all I have, then no.
Yeah, you know, because there's, like you said, you don't have that paper money to put up or put on the side. So, like, what do you do? Right. If all of your money is in that, and anybody has access to it if it's on the web.
Right. So, with that being said, we talked about money today, you know, the value of money, how it's declining. Tell us in the comments, how do you view money? What do you think about money?
Is money equate your values and all that? Does it trump your values?
Does money make you who you are? Or you feel with or without money, you're a different person?
Right.
You know, so just let us know your thoughts on money. I know it says, for the love of money is the root to all evil. A lot of people tend to look at that scripture and see it and just only read the love of money is the root to all evil. Right. I mean, that money is the root to all evil. I'm sorry. Right. They don't add on there the love of, because money is not the root to all evil. Yeah, money at the end of the day is to solve a lot of problems. But at the same time, you got to remember, for your love of money, meaning you will do anything for money, even if it's to sell your soul to make money, even if you're giving up your children to make money, you're doing things that, you know, that are unethical to make money. That's when it becomes to root to evil. So you just got to be mindful of that. But at the end of the day, we out here to what? Get money. No.
What you say? Oh, get money.
So that's the plan. But when we get in money, and you know, we just want to make sure that we're using it for positivity. Right. At the end of the day. Anything else you want to add?
Right. Just, we need money to survive, so it's always good to make some in a good way. Don't do, like she said, unethical things to make money. You know, people are in situations where they feel like that's their only choice. Yeah, but you know, just always try to find a resolution, because money is not everything. It doesn't make you who you are if you have it or if you don't. Just do your best. Try to make your own money. Don't worry about nobody else's bag. That's my advice.
So, and as always, until next time, peace.